Paulette Loren, Creative Director at Rosa Loren Bridal and founder of the Flower Crafts Academy. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a rounded petal Kanzashi flower using the Kanzashi Flower Maker template from Clover. And when they say quick and easy, it is. Okay, this is the pack to make the large rounded petals. It's the pink template, and the picture on the front here, this is the approximate size that our flower will turn out. And this is the template. It's made out of plastic, it's very durable, it folds over, and on the front you'll notice all these numbers, and it's going to be as easy as starting at number 1. For each petal you're going to need a square of fabric. This one's 11 centimeters by 11 centimeters, and I've cut it on the straight grain. That's where it doesn't stretch. Now on the bias, diagonally, this is the stretchy part. And when we fold our fabric in half, please make sure you don't fold it that way, won't work. We need to, for the rounded petal, fold it on the bias. Then we put it in the template, close it over and snap it shut. Now I'm going to cut the excess off around the edge. Okay, there we go. So now we need to look for number 1. And here it is. This is the one we saw before, but this is not the number 1 we want. Turn it over. This is the number 1 we want, where it says start. Make sure you enter the number 1 where it says start. I've got my needle and thread threaded up. Quite a long thread with a knot at the end with a tail. And I'll go in through number 1, turn it over, then in through number 2. Then in through number 3. Number 4. Number 5. 6. 7. And you can't go wrong. And in through number 8. And it should say 8, finish. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to open the template and pop the fabric out. And there we have it. Okay. Now with the diagonal thread on top, I'm just going to gently pull the thread, and amazingly the petal will just fold itself up perfectly. Look at that, isn't that amazing? That is so pretty. Now just a little trick. At the back here, if it's not folding nicely for you, make sure that these two pieces are straight and together. Then just pop them through like that, and from the front everything will be folded just as it needs to be. Look at that. It's like a little hood on a head. Okay, so that's our first petal. So I've got my petal, it's still attached to the needle and thread, and it's the same needle and thread I'm going to use to make my next petal. Fabric in and trimmed. I take the needle and do exactly the same process starting at number 1. And there's my first petal. I'm going to keep it quite close. with 5 petals. I've got my 2 ends here, and this is why I leave that tail on the knot at the start, because I'm going to tie the 2 ends together in a tight knot, a couple of tight knots. There we go. And I now have a ring of 5 petals. Let's just get rid of the end there. I'm just going to tuck that through. There we go. So here's my flower, and to make it neat at the back, depends what I'm going to put here. I may just glue this on a hat or a bag or whatever, but I might put a brooch pin there. So I'm actually going to put a piece of felt. It's just going to keep the petals together, and then I can decide what I want to do with it later. Okay. Using a button with a shank as the center of my flower, and I can just glue that in there nice and easily. And how pretty is that? I've made a flower. So, pink template, large rounded petal Kanzashi flower. And there's the pack. Well, I hope you've been inspired. Now, not only does the template come in the large size, but you can also get a small size. So not only can you make your large Kanzashi rounded petal flowers, but you can also make these sweet tiny little ones as well. Now, if you haven't already got your template, here's the address for my shop. Make sure you get over there. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, there will be a link right below this video. You click on that link and it will take you straight there. Happy crafting!